It's daytime, and a woman is, somewhat reluctantly, attempting to get in to her husband's car. The problem is that it's filthy. Not only is the outside of the car covered in mud, but the inside is a total mess too. The man shoves aside an assortment of discarded water bottles, newspapers, and other junk onto the floor and tells her, "Don't worry about it. Just get inside." She's not particularly impressed. Fine, he says. He'll get it washed. In fact, there's a car wash on the way to where they're headed, and it'll only take 2 minutes. The woman, she's worried though. She's on her way to meet somebody very important, and she absolutely cannot be late. They arrive at the automatic car wash, and the process begins. The first step is the rinse. The car gets doused with water, and even at stage 1 of the wash, the car is already starting to look better. Then it's onto the soaping and scrubbing. The car gets covered in a thick layer of soap, and the scrubbing begins. And then, strangely, the soap continues to get dispensed, and the scrubbing, well, it keeps on happening, and happening, and happening some more, leading the woman to eventually ask, how long do you think this is going to last? And that's when they realize the track that's supposed to be moving the car through the car wash has stopped moving. And now they're stuck inside the car wash in the middle of an endless cycle of soaping and scrubbing. They smash on the inside of the windows to try and get somebody's attention. Nothing. Next, they lean on the horn to signal that they need help. Nothing still. Panic sets in, and the couple begins to freak. No one can hear them inside this car wash. They are completely stuck. The man takes out his cell phone and tries calling the front desk, but the woman in the office can't hear a word the man is saying over the sound of all the machines.
"I'm stuck in your car wash,"
the man screams into his phone, but it's of no use. The sound around him drowns out his voice. No one can hear them, and no one can help them. They're trapped, alone, in an endless loop of soapy suds. That last scene was from the 3rd season of one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Curb Your Enthusiasm by the brilliant Larry David. And what I left out of that description was, in true Curb style, not only do Larry and his wife Cheryl get trapped in a car wash, but while this is happening, Cheryl really has to go to the bathroom really badly. And things eventually get so desperate, she opens the door right in the middle of this endless car wash cycle and gets covered head to toe in soapy suds. And in the hands of Larry David, it's actually a pretty funny gag. But if someone were to get trapped in a car wash in real life, it probably wouldn't be that funny at all. Google the words car wash and hack, and one of the first results that'll come up is an article from the Vice blog Motherboard. The headline of the article reads, "Car wash hack can strike vehicle, trap passengers, douse them with water." And right under that headline is this quote, "We believe this to be the first exploit of a connected device that causes the device to physically attack someone." The guy they quoted there is named Billy Rios. Billy is a researcher who studies all sorts of emerging threats, and he's been able to discover a potentially deadly vulnerability in one of the most unlikeliest of places, the car wash. Using his hacker skills, Billy's found a way to completely take over certain car washes, and all from the comfort of his home. And he can do relatively harmless things to people going through car washes, like give you an extra squirt or two of soap, but he can also do some potentially dangerous things, like disarm the safety mechanisms that prevent the mechanical arms of the car wash from smashing through your front window and going right into you. Billy has agreed to demo this for us, with me trapped inside of a car, trapped inside of a car wash, and Billy controlling everything from thousands and thousands of miles away. Welcome to Hackable, an original podcast from McAfee.
This computer is on the job around the clock in case of attack.
Their principal target is you.
The design is complete, but will it work?
Shake hands with danger.
I'm Jeff Siskind, and I'm here as always with Bruce Snell, cybersecurity expert. Hello, Bruce.
Hi, Jeff. Good to see you today.
In just a couple minutes, Bruce, I'm going to pick up a rental car and drive 45 minutes from my home to a car wash where a hacker who is thousands of miles away from me is going to hack the car wash with me in it.
I like that you're not taking your own car.
I know. Well, I think when I told my wife, I think that was her first thing, as opposed to why are you risking your own life to do this? It was more about the car.
Yeah, no, of course. That's a big investment. Life's cheap.
Life's cheap. Well, and this was a hack we were inspired to look into based on a demo that was done at the Black Hat conference, which I've never been to, but I think you have. Can you tell me a little bit about Black Hat?
So yeah, when you talk about Black Hat, I mean, Black Hat's really two conferences, right? So you've got Black Hat, which is what I consider to be the business side of security. Then you also have, on the weekend following Black Hat, you typically have DEF CON, which is really kind of what you would expect from a stereotypical hacker conference, right? If you were going to have a scene in a movie where they're at a hacker conference, it would look like DEF CON.
Okay.
Lots of tattoos and hoodies and piercings, et cetera. And Black Hat is more, typically people present in a suit or, at least, a clean shirt. You've got people that are talking about the state of business, right? What's going on in the industry itself. But then you also have these people that are very well respected in the security industry debuting hacks against things like ATMs or car washes.
When we were doing research into the show, we found there's a way to hack into these things at the high-tech level, but there's also a way to hack into them at a very, very low-tech level.
Sure.
And it's something that's been going on for years. We found a story of how to hack a car wash with an incredibly low-tech mechanism. And a criminal who has been doing this for years and years and years, and in fact is still on the lam.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's kind of a very dramatic story and a very dramatic telling of the story. And before we hop in a car and hop into a hacked car wash, I want to play the low-tech hack now. You want to hear it?
I'd love to.
As Williams took his last practice strokes, Lopez sat in front of a slot machine on the far side of the room. He whistled to Delicious. "Come here, Danny." Delicious walked over. Lopez whispered, "Stand right here in front of me." Delicious did as told and turned around to see Lopez discreetly inserting a laminated $20 bill on a string into the slot machine and then pulling it out. Delicious was oblivious, but he would soon learn that the laminated 20 is one of the secret scams of the pool world. When cut at precisely the right angle, the laminated bill can trick a machine into registering the money. Yet when the schemer yanks the bill out of the slot with the string, the cash credit remains. For whatever reason, the change machines at automatic car washes are particularly susceptible to this scam. Put in your laminated 20, the machine spits out 4 5s. Pull back your laminated bill, and you're $20 wealthier. That was a section from a book called Running the Table by John Wertheim. It tells the story of a guy from New Jersey who goes by the name Kid Delicious, the last great American pool hustler. You get the sense that he's a bit of an anachronism, a real throwback, and old-fashioned scams like the laminated 20 are a big part of that. But Kid Delicious, also known as Danny Basavich, is still out there, still hustling pool. And the laminated 20 trick? Well, that's still happening too. It sounds like a story from 40 years ago, but right now, in 2018, there's a man named Dana Bailey, a small-time career criminal from North Vernon, Indiana, who's been running the laminated 20 scam at car washes across the Midwest and beyond. As best as anyone can tell, he's been at this for years, targeting automated car washes and walking away with thousands. Bailey had been flying under the radar until he was caught on a surveillance camera in Mooresville, Indiana back in January. Here's breaking news reporter Vic Reichert of the Indianapolis Star with more detail on that.
After it started getting some publicity and some other jurisdictions found out about it, police from several states and other cities in Indiana started talking to each other and talking about similar cases and sharing surveillance photos of a man who looked, the same guy. A sheriff in a community where this suspect lives saw the images and said, "I know this guy. I grew up with him. His name is Dana Bailey. I've known him for 30 years. Police did some more work, got a warrant, went to the suspect's house. He lives with his mother. And in the house, they found laminating plastic. They found some fishing line, but no other fishing gear. They found maps and other items suggesting that he had visited various places that have also been struck by the same suspect.
The question remains, How did Dana Bailey know, just like Lopez knew, that automated car washes were one of the last places in America that a guy could run such a low-tech scam? How did he know which change machines to hit? Vic Reichert gives us the answer.
After they identified the suspect, they learned that he and his mother had owned a business where they repaired these kinds of machines. They repaired coin-operated machines. So through that business, police understand that he learned how to, manipulate the machines so that he could get money. The thing is, this guy is doing something that is sort of unheard of today. Who thinks of putting a string on a dollar bill and, ripping off a coin machine? This is like the kind of thing that our great-grandfathers might have done back when coin machines were a new thing. So I think it's just a throwback kind of crime, something that we don't see very often.
Dana Bailey got found out, tripped up by his own fishing line, and to dodge the heat, he pulled another move from an ancient playbook. He hit the road. Somewhere out there, Dana Bailey is on the lam, waiting for the heat to die down, living off a stack of quarters.
So, Bruce, that was our very overly dramatic telling of the laminated bill bandit. I think we can call him.
Well, a lot of hacking actually spawned from people doing hacks like that against the phone system, like payphones. One of the big things that the people were doing in the late 80s, early 90s were creating these little tone generators that would play the same sound that a payphone would make when you put in a quarter or whatever, and it would you just hold it up to the receiver, click the button, and it makes a little ching 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 sound. It's the same tone, and then the phone thinks that they've inserted $2 worth of money and would give you basically free long distance. So that sort of low tech hack has been almost as like the fundamentals of hacking.
Cool. I love it. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go get in a car. Billy Rios is thousands of miles away. I'm going to call him up on the phone, and he's going to hack a car wash that's near my house. And I'm a bit of a chicken, so I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to bring along our story producer, Mark Apollonio, to help me out because...
Are you guys going to hold hands when you go through?
If it's scary enough, I totally will. I'm not above that. I'm not above that, Bruce. All right. Well, here goes nothing.
Good luck.
Okay, so Mark, do you know why you're here?
I'm a guinea pig of some sort?
No, but I'm just totally scared to do it on my own. So I thought having you here, it could be emotional support. And then if we get trapped, we can both jimmy the door open.
I'm a good hand holder.
I appreciate your emotional and I guess physical support. So thank you. We're according to my GPS, we're 3 minutes away from the car wash in. Are we allowed to say the name of this car wash?
No.
No.
I promised him we would keep it totally anonymous.
You'll also notice I'm not in my own car. We took a rental car, and I got the most insurance we could possibly get because I'm afraid this whole thing is going to damage the car.
Yeah, this thing will probably be compacted down to a cube by the end of it, right?
Probably. Okay, so car wash, here we are.
Yeah, that must be it.
So shall we go, I guess, into the office?
Yeah, let me just go and see. I don't think the guy I've been communicating with is here. He was sort of like, just show up. I don't really care. Kind of was in a really nice, friendly way. So I don't think he's even here. But I will just go and let them know that we're here.
Okay.
I'll make our presence known.
All right, I will wait here.
All right. Be strong, Jeff.
Thank you, Mark. So what's the deal?
There's no one here, but I was given the okay by the guy who owns the joint. So I just think we go for it. I mean, it's sort of like we've arrived on the scene and we thought that there was going to be, human infrastructure to help us get into this thing, and there just isn't. We're just alone in this undisclosed location in North America.
So, well, do we have to pay, or could we just hack this guy's car wash?
Let's call Billy and see what he says.
Okay.
Maybe Billy will tell us we don't have to pay for anything ever again.
I like this. Okay.
Hello? You guys there?
We're here. We're at
Hey, what's going on?
we're at the car wash, and I guess we were wondering, do we need to pay, or can you get us in for free of charge?
I should actually be able to get you guys like a free car wash. Just so hold on, let me log into this thing real quick.
Awesome.
And Billy, this is Jeff. Before we start, we should just establish you are thousands of miles away from where we are now. What can you do from 1,000 miles away?
Essentially, you could just issue commands to this car wash, right? So there's like a control interface where you can, for example, do debugging activity. So we can start and stop it. There's a place to turn the power on and off. There's a place to start and stop pumps. You can move the arm. So there's quite a bit that you can do. All the stuff that's inside of there, we can control it. So like the sign that's in there, I don't know if there's a dryer in there. I can't see your car wash, right? So usually these car washes have dryers at the end. You can control that thing. So if there is like fluids, which I'm guessing that there is, there's various like fluid modes that we can control as well. Like, so for example, the soap, we can control that. The wax, we can control that. If there's a drying agent, we can control that.
So that's amazing. Me and Mark are about to go through this car wash. You're going to control it from thousands of miles away. Is there a chance that this is going to go haywire and we're going to get stuck in there and not be able to get out and have soap spurted at us and be in this car wash for the rest of our time? Your laughing doesn't give me much confidence.
I won't say you will be able to get out. You should be able to get out.
That doesn't help. All right, Billy. Well, I think we've come all this way, and I think we're going to. What do you think, Mark? Are we going to do this?
Yeah, I'm scared. I feel like this is a scene from a movie like Jaws, and we're about to wade into the water, knowing that danger lurks not far away.
The very soapy water.
Very soapy water. Hey, Billy.
Hey, what's going on?
There's one car in there right now, and then I think it's us.
Okay, so should we? I guess line up behind this car.
Should we get into line?
Yeah, I would suggest that. Like, get in there and let's see. I created a wash package for you guys, and then I could just set that to start when you guys tell me to.
Okay, so we're in line. There's a little kiosk or a little booth that says "Pay here." And I'm going to drive up to it.
Yeah.
And it says, "Oh, hello." It's very friendly. So it says, "Please pay now." Or deposit money. So I'm just not going to pay for it.
We don't need to pay.
No, you don't need to worry about that. Yeah.
Okay. Should I put my seatbelt's not on? Should we put our seatbelts on?
Yeah, you probably should, just in case.
Okay. So the guy in front of us is gone, Billy. So what? The door's not opening because I haven't put any money in it. So what? Can you hook us up?
Okay.
Oh, the door is opening.
We should be good to go here.
Okay, the door is opening. Yeah. You've managed to open the door.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm driving into the car wash.
All right. Okay, I'm going to see if the doors actually can be controlled. I'm going to try to close that entrance door. So
the entrance door is closed. Oh, and I'm getting a nice car wash.
Yeah, the car wash started, and we haven't done anything.
So the entrance door is closed.
The entrance door is closed. We're now trapped in a car wash, and my car
Let me
is
try
getting
one thing here. Let's see.
covered in soap.
So the exit door, is it opening?
It's opening, yeah.
But it's actually very hard to see because there's so much soap on the window.
You actually can control these doors here. So I'm going to close this exit door here.
It's actually, okay, so it's open right now. Okay, are you closing it from remotely?
I'm closing it now, yeah.
You are? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, the door is now closing in front of us. I sort of can see through. Okay, we have so much soap on our car.
Am I projecting and thinking that soaping arm looks sort of sinister?
Yeah, so I'm not going to make the arm striky, but I actually created like a custom package for you where it just soaps. So there's no rim.
Yeah, and let me just say I appreciate the non-striking part.
It's going to soap a lot, so be prepared. I mean,
I can tell you right now, Billy, there is so much soap on the car. I can't see anything outside the car. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, there's no rinse. I'm pretty sure there's no water that's going to be put out. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen there. But
there's a guy behind us, and I think he's going to wonder why our car is so dirty that we get so much soap.
And it turns out, like I said, you can actually control both of these doors. Yeah, so
You could just trap us in here forever, soaping the car, because I can't get out of the car
and
now.
just soap you, right? And yeah, I just keep soaping, right? So
I feel like we're being entombed in soap.
This is a lot of soap.
there's quite a bit of soap. I made it push out. Yeah, exactly.
And it's still going. Okay, and here's more soap coming around. So what happens now?
It should go for a while.
Oh my God, there's still soap coming.
This is officially ridiculous now, Billy.
The window's almost opaque from soap. Like, it's not even translucent anymore.
But be careful, because both the doors are closed too. So don't drive forward, okay?
We're not going anywhere.
I'm starting to lose hope here.
I know.
Yeah.
So will this ever end, or what's the game plan?
I made it do a lot of soap.
You certainly did, my friend.
It's not a small amount of soap. I made it do a lot of soap. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to actually cancel the wash, right? So you're not, because to be honest, man, I don't even know how long the soap's going to be, because I put a lot of soap in there. So,
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and stop the soaping and the car wash stuff, right? So.
Okay, everything is very still. Oh, the door is open and we are covered in soap. What do we do now?
The door's open. Yeah, I don't like it that the doors are open. I'm just going to leave them closed, if you don't mind. So I'm going to close the entrance and the exit. So you're going to be stuck in there for a little while.
Is there somebody behind us?
There is, yeah.
So wait, you're just leaving us in
I'm
here?
going to just leave you guys in there. So I got to go. I got another meeting I got to cut to.
No.
Will you come back for us, Billy?
I'm flying out to Dayton, so I may not be able to come back today. But I'm sure someone will open the door eventually.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll open the exit door for you guys.
Okay. All right, Billy, I'm driving out. Even though I can barely see.
Soapy.
Okay, I'm going to use the windshield washers, and I think there's a guy behind us that would like to come in. Oh, it says thank you. So now this is like the worst advertisement for a car wash. We're going to leave the car wash caked in soap. Okay, the guy? Oh, the guy behind us actually just bailed. He was very patient. Oh, this is hilarious. People are staring at our car.
Yeah, so as you can see, man, there's a lot you can do. And this is just kind of exercising a lot of the built-in functionality where I literally got home last night at midnight, so I didn't have too much time to prepare. But if someone wanted to actually change the software on the car wash, they could make it do a lot of different things. There's other stuff that I'm a little more afraid of. There's actually a lot of really harsh chemicals in there, like the tire cleaning chemicals, the rust inhibitor chemicals. Like, instead of soap, you could just make it spray that stuff, right? Like that's not good. And then and obviously, as you saw, I could control the doors too, right? So you could just close the doors and just keep spraying chemicals, basically, right? And then if I had a little bit more time, I would have just taken over the safety mechanisms and just disabled them, right? And then that makes it so you can strike the vehicle, close the doors on cars, that sort of stuff, right? So and that gets a little scary, man. So if you're trapped in there and all soaked up, I don't know how comfortable you'd be to try to actually get out, right?
Well, we wouldn't have been able to get out. I think that was the craziest thing about it, is I guess we had you on the phone, so we felt confident. But if I had just been in there alone and didn't have Mark here protecting me, I think it would have been terrifying. I think it would have been, with both doors locked, the soap going, and especially, as you say, with the chemicals going, you truly would not have been able to get out of your car.
Yeah, you could really scare someone, right? And you could put them in danger. I honestly believe that, right? That car wash is a machine. That's an industrial control system. In fact, it's literally controlled by the same components you'll find in a manufacturing plant, right? So there's some dangerous things in there if it's not operating properly, right? The other thing to think about here is you were in there just for a few minutes, right? But imagine you're in there for an hour and this thing just isn't stopping, right? So
yeah,
I don't even know what that would look like, right? So and then imagine you're in there for an hour, all sorts of craziness is happening, and then that arm starts striking your vehicle, right? So there's a lot of really crazy scenarios that can arise from this thing.
Okay, so Billy, here's the problem right now, is we're outside of the car wash. Our car is soapy and streaky, and everybody is staring at us because it looks like we just have the worst car wash in the history of car washes. Can we go through again and get another Billy Rios freebie car wash where we actually clean our car this time?
Yeah, if you go through it again, I can activate a car wash and we can wash all that sort of stuff off. I won't mess with the second one, so you can actually get a decently clean car.
All right, thank you so much, Billy. I'm back with Bruce Snell, cybersecurity expert. So I have a very clean rental car.
Excellent.
They were very happy when I returned the car, and it was cleaner than when I had gotten it.
Oh,
so that's
excellent.
So that's the one victory. I have to say, Billy seemed like a super lovely guy, and he seemed to be enjoying this hack a little too much.
Oh, sure. Must be
I think
fun.
the power that he had from thousands of miles away, even though it was just blips on a screen, probably hearing us scream over the speakerphone, was amusing enough for him.
It's that tactile, like, positive feedback, right?
Exactly. So this is going to be a challenge for you, my friend. This is a weird one. Bruce Snell, cybersecurity expert. What can we do to keep ourselves safe from remote car wash hacks? Go.
I'm gonna say support your manual labor and car wash where people are using hoses.
Is this just one of those weird things where we just have to hope that, given that, there's no financial gain for somebody to do this, that they're probably not going to do this?
I think realistically that this hack is going to get used probably just to comp free car washes, right? I think that's going to be the end goal of it. And it may just be something that, eventually either enough people are doing it to where the manufacturer notices and says, hey, we got to fix this problem, or there's going to be 3 people that do it a month and they're not going to care about it. And it's just going to continue to go for, in 2 decades when the robots have taken over, these car washes are still going to be free.
This is probably maybe the hardest one we've done. It's such a weird hack.
I think Billy flagged this about 3 years ago. So, it's been a while. It's a very public, a very public thing. I suspect it's not going to be fixed, and I may start looking for smart car washes in my area.
All right. Well, you've given me no hope. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Jeff Siskin, and you've been listening to Hackable, an original podcast from McAfee. If you like what we're doing on the show, then I have a personal favor to ask of you. The best way to grow our audience is through word of mouth. So if you like what we're doing, please don't be shy about telling other people, either through social media or by saying nice things about us on our Apple Podcast show page. It makes a huge difference to how people can find us. And selfishly, it kind of just makes us feel really, really good. So if you have a chance, that would be just so awesome of you. And of course, if you want to find out more about car wash hacking or anything we've talked about on the show, please check out our website at hackablepodcast.com. Until next time, thanks for listening.